Womp womp. It's hammer time. We are going to be doing some hammer. We're going to be running some Stoneforge Mystics. We're going to be running some Colossus Hammers. We're going to have some Sigarda's Aid to give free equips. We're going to have Puresteel Paladins. So this is that super spicy, super hot list that Spike 5-0'd with the other day that we are very excited about. And, you know, I, like many other people, are big Spike fans. Because he is a very good brewer, and I am not a very good brewer in Modern. But I'm a decent enough brewer in Commander, and if you like to see some Commander content, a couple buddies of mine are starting a channel called Finding a Fourth, which I will probably be on semi-regularly. So if you want to just see the like dumb things that I brew and probably watch me lose games, you know, feel free to check them out. But other than that, you know, this is standard hammer package with the Mox Opals, Esper Sentinels. The new hot card is Kassandra Eagle Bear. Haste, when it enters, you can search for the Spear of Leonidas, put it into play, then shuffle, and when a creature you control with a legendary equipment attached to it deals combat damage, draw a card. So the Spear is a legendary equipment. When it equips, you can give a creature double strike, so you get to draw 2 cards. You can make a 3/2 horse, or you can discard 2 cards and draw 2 cards. So even if you have no cards in hand, you still get the redraw. The sideboard is pretty sweet. The Magus is good against all like the Eldrazi. It's good against Titan, stuff like that. The flares are protection, portable holes are removal, you know, usual stuff. And then this Trepanation Blade is a really cool one. This is specifically for Belcher because they just mill out their whole deck. You make like a 60 plus 0 creature and just beat him in the face. So we're going to run a league and we're going to see if we can follow in Spike's footsteps and make a little 5-0 run here. We get to play, we get to do something. Unfortunately, this hand doesn't do much. I can't keep a 1-lander as tempting as it is, having like everything that I want. So we do mulligan. We find another 1-lander, huh? Not great. I don't want to go to 5, but I have to. My opponent is joining me at the 5 train. Well, this hand is good and it's decent. We're going to keep this. I'd like to put back a Stoneforge and probably a Paladin. We're going to be able to at least get the, what's it called? We'll get an Opal online on turn 1. A Mold of 5, not great, but here we are. Hope my opponent doesn't just kill all of my artifacts, but I do get a Stoneforge turn 2. I can go look for something. It's probably going to end up being the Dragonfire Blade if I had to guess. But, you know, we are in a tough spot here. Xander's Lounge. Okay, what is that? What does that mean for me? What are you doing, opponent? All right, that's a trigger. This is not ideal. We are unfortunately not finding lands. Not what we want, but we are going to find some sort of cheap artifact so that we can play it and also have the Sigarda's Aid ready to go. Maybe it's even just like Steel Cutter and then hope to find a land. It's probably got to be that. And hope that we don't die, but I'm not super optimistic. We will have our trigger. All right, this is probably like Zoo. I have to imagine that they're going to like binding the Stoneforge, which honestly, like against like Zoo, the Dragonfire Blade is going to be really good. Yeah, you got a Kavu. You got the big dude. Nope. All right. Well, that is not good for me. So I can't crack this Bauble still. That is what's up. I am going to tap this and tap this. Then we are going to go searching. I think at this point, like, I just want to get the Dragonfire Blade into play. Cast the Cutters. Hope they don't have a Force of Negation. I have 0 lands in my hand. If they have a Force, I'm going to concede on the spot. We are going to go to the next game. All right, so this is a greedy mana base. So we're going to do one of these, and I might want to bring in like a couple copies. Forge Anew feels a little aggressive. What do I want to cut out of the rest of this? The Springleaf Drums are really good. I think like most of the cards in the deck are very strong. What else should I cut? Because they're like, a lot of their removal, I have to imagine, is going to be monocolored. So I'm going to cut a couple Baubles, which it will turn off. It makes Delirium a little harder, but I don't know if that's correct. What if I cut here and one? No. Nope, I literally just said those are good. What if I cut a Hammer or a Sigarda's? That's the question. Or maybe a Cori. Yeah, let's cut one Cori. Let's try something like this. Let's hope to not have to go to 5. I could keep this hand. I'm going to try it just because I've got, like, if I can find a land, I've got a pretty good curve. If I can't find a land, then I'm big boned. So we'll see what our opponent has. But I need to find my lands. They've probably got a prismatic. Oh, nope, no pending. All right. Land right now. A Sigarda's Aid, huh? Well, let's try and force some action out of my opponent. Move to combat, and we're going to turn the Sentinel sideways. I wish I could get this Dragonfire Blade into play and give my Sentinel protection. Or hexproof, but alas, here we are. Our Sentinel is going to probably, nope, not die. That's what's up. All right, well, we'll cast an Opal. That's like almost a land, right? Move to the combat. Now, if my opponent would like to do something about my Esper Sentinel, I'm going to be okay with it. I'm going to probably try and like flash in this Dragonfire Blade in response to like a Sentinel trigger. Oh, they're doing nothing. So we are going to continue to do nothing. I'm just going to put my opponent on a clock. Here's another one. I really am hoping that I don't get fucked over here. Don't have like a way to kill 2 artifacts or an artifact. I just need this Opal to be online. Or if I draw a land off the top, that would be sweet. Like the curve in this hand was so good, and then I just will never find a land. So, you know, I either find too many lands, I find not enough lands. Hopefully my opponent doesn't counter this. I really need this Opal to be online. All right, Opal is online. That is what we've been waiting for. I'm just going to continue to beat my opponent while they take just no game actions. So they don't have the Delirium. Are they going to try and... Yeah, what if we go here and we'll cast a Blade. Hopefully they don't have like a Spell Pierce. We might just be getting blown out early. You're fucking joking me. Okay, so this is Cascade. Oh, fuck me, dog. Come on. Oh, you're kidding. All right, well, I'm going to lose this game now that I'm not finding my lands. Man. All right, well, my opponent didn't find their lands. I find my land. That's what's up. All right, now we want to get a white and a white. Let's get the... I could get the cutters into play. No, we're going to go for Stoneforge. We're going to do a little searchy poo. We are going to grab another copy of the Dragonfire Blades because I need to start like dumping things into play eventually. Do they have another five? Okay. All right. Dead and gone. All right. Are they just going to... Is this Rhinos? All right. So my opponent has just not done many game actions. All right. We're finding lands. White and white. Let's play this and let's see if they're gonna kill my buddy bro. So knowing they have dead and gone, I can't deal with this Magus specifically. They have 6 in hand. They've pitched a Shardless. I think that this has to be Rhinos, right? I wonder if they're gonna go for the binding domain. Like, is this like domain Cascade? I'm really curious what like exactly my opponent's doing. Like the cards that they've played looks like it's supposed to be Cascade, but they're on a 5-color mana base, probably for like bindings and stuff, but I don't know about it. They probably need to get their red white, so they have to get like their Zagoth Triome, or Xander's Lounge gives them 2 mana bindings. Ooh, a Temple Garden. Yeah, you can make some Rhinos. I'm not stopping any of this. All right, what do they have? Yeah, so they're just playing Rhinos. They've got 1, 2. So they're missing black, and then I can just start blocking. So they're holding up Dead Gone, which is not great, but like I need to get them to bite. It would be very unfortunate for them to have Dead Gone right now. But we'll see what they've got. We'll draw a card. Yes, I'd like to draw. And we will use Sigarda's ability to give it hexproof from the mono-colored. Now, I think we want to go 1 and a white. Let's try and play some steel. Target a creature. Let's go. Let's draw a card. And let's use the ability, I believe is what I want to do. Well, no, because I'm going to make a... Yeah, we'll use the ability, but I'm going to end up making a guy anyways. This is a really interesting decision to make. I can go for either the Magus and like just shut them off of everything. Red, white. I think I'd rather get the Magus going. I want to start making like an army and just be able to block. So my opponent has just all mountains. We are not going to use the ability. Now, next turn, I get to go like kind of crazy with it. I'm not interested in attacking. So yeah, we're going to just hold back. My opponent just has a bunch of mountains and I can start to block unless they've got like a Dead Gone, but who knows what they've got. I mean, I'm taking 4. I'm just going to take 4 because I'm going to block 1 Rhino token and they can't binding me. I'll be able to put the hammer into play. Yeah, so we are going to here. Hope this doesn't die to some sort of crazy BS that they have. I'll take 4, and then I'll put my Spear of Leonidas into play, and I'll put my Colossus Hammer into play and hit my opponent for 1 billion damage. What do they got for 3 red? So I can sack a non-token creature to protect my board. So what if we went and did that? So I can still get, so the spear's got to go first, and then spear onto a guy, hammer onto a guy. Cori's pretty good. So what if we went here and here, and but no, I think I need to just get the spear into play. Trigger prowess. Do they have a force of negation? That is my question. All right, so that equip, and then we're going to try and do this. I'd like to put a hammer. All right. So this is, yeah, so this is just Rhinos. Against Rhinos, players can't cast graveyards or exile. So I think I actually want to bring these in. The Magus was good, but I want to trim one of them. What else is not great against this deck? I feel like I'm just going to cut the baubles. I mean, they are a force of negation deck, so maybe I just cut like 1 bauble and 1 here. I don't like cutting that many baubles, but let's cut another bauble. So I'm going to bring in the jailers, and the jailers are hopefully, let me just see like a crazy good turn, like just playable cards, castable spells. This is a crazy good hand. I am keeping this one for sure. This is a keep for me. We're going to go Esper Sentinel, Mox Opal, turn 2, play the Saga, play the drum, use the drum to get the Stoneforge, and go from there. Hopefully profit. A Dragonfire Blade's pretty good too. I would like to find my Sigarda's aid. That would be, oh wait, damn it. Well, it doesn't matter. I'm not going to. I'll play the Opal next turn. I basically like it's, I would have liked to have maybe played the Opal, but like I don't want them to like force it is kind of a concern. So they're going to try and get their bindings going. And so now I need to figure out what is that's a Blood Moon. So that comes down later. Are they going to consign the trigger? That would be hilarious. Nope. All right. So we're going to tap for this. Let's play a drum in. So the way that this is going to play. All right. So force, that's not ideal. Yeah. Drum, unfortunately cannot stop that, but I still can get my Opal online. So what did they pitch for that? They pitched an agent. Well, now I can Blood Moon them with Reckless Abandon and hope it's good enough. I don't know if it will be, but that was a pretty good force of vigor. I kind of forgot that deck was playing that, but everything's going to work out fine. Are they going to make some Rhinos? Yeah, they probably have the Cascader. If I had to guess, okay, so they've got a plan. Okay, so now they're going to Cascade. Yep, they're going to make some Rhinos. I think I'm going to probably be losing this game if I had to guess. But you know, there is a couple draws, a couple turns that I've got before I'm like super dead. This Magus isn't, at this point, like the Magus isn't great. What else? But I mean, it is a blocker. Now, I think I want to play to my outs of finding something good. So what if we grabbed our Shadowspear and then tried to like buff up our Stoneforge, make Stoneforge a big ass beater? And then I can't do anything else, so we're going to just yield. I'm going to just throw a bunch of equipment onto Stoneforge Mystic, see what happens. Now, if they have like 1 mana binding, it's all over. It won't matter, but your boy can hope. I like kind of want to get this Magus into play just because it's not bad. You know, it's decent in that it would have turned off their 1 mana bindings. If I see, my God, opponent mulled to 5, pitches a Cascader, has another Cascader. Like, fuck, like how am I supposed to beat this? I'll give you the answer. I'm not. The spear isn't going to do it. So I can put this on, make it a 3/4, but then I don't have the mana. So 1, 2, 3. I'm 1 mana short of. So we're going to have to concede that game. Our opponent just had an insane fucking hand, of course. Naturally, our opponent has the good cards in their hand. All right, well, now we're on the draw, which isn't as good. Hopefully I get a playable 7. It's technically playable. Like turn 1, we go like this. Let's go and reorganize. Okay, so now we're playing against Titans, so that's not ideal. This might not be the best hand to have kept against Titan. Oh, but they mulligan to nothing. They've got 7 in hand. Let's cast this. All right, well, this is not going good. Let's get the drum going and then just pass. So next turn, hope to draw a land. If not, I can still get stuff into play, but it's far worse. And that's not a land. So we're going to go white and play the blades. Tap for a white. Let's play the opal. Choosing to keep this. Let's play an opal. Can I equip 0? And then tap him, make a mana for the Dragonfire. And let's play this and draw a card. Make him a big guy. And then just get, you know, killed on turn 2. Turn 3. Upkeep. Let's cancel. All right. So upkeep will draw. I mean, if I find like a hammer, it's pretty good. So I can go like, I need to find like a land. What are they have for 2? Are they just going to motherfucker? Well, I get to find a land. So that's what's up. We're going to just get a tapped land. And then, yeah, we're not going to do anything else. This is not ideal. Not a good spot to find myself in. They could just go and like crack their Urza's cave to go. Oh no, it puts it in a battlefield. All right. So Titan, I definitely want the Blood Moon effects. And that might be about it. Honestly, like I might just want to bring in the moon effects and probably the welding jar. So, and maybe the flares, not all of them, but some number of flares. So I get 2 draws. Yep. You got a grazer. I need to pray that my opponent doesn't just kill me now, but they've got so much mana. Yeah. What are they going to hit? Are they going to bog? Are they going to Bajuka bog me? No way. A Saga? Yeah, a Saga is fine. So what I'm looking for is some good draws off the top. That is surely something. So now what I want to do is go red and 1. Cast the cutters. Trigger to draw a card. I would like to use that ability. Let's equip here. Man, I would love to have this Kassandra into play. Go 1 and a white. Trigger the steel cutters. I'm not using the ability. Let's go find a hammer. Let's go put a hammer into my hand. Let's tap you and let's get a hammer into play. Draw another card. I like drawing cards. All right, so we're gonna always yield yes. Yes, draw a card. Equip. I'm probably gonna be dead here, which is super unfortunate, but you know, 15 is pretty decent. Put them down to 5. Now, if they have like exactly Titan, I can't do anything about it. So, you know, that's what we're playing. Maybe if I get to live, I'll get to play the Kassandra and see what Kassandra can do. I don't know if the flares are actually pretty good because they'll like just do their whole big ass loop and then I'll just sack. All right, so they've got Spelunking. Sure. They're going to draw and put a land into play. What do they have? Are they going to make a growth chamber? Yeah. What are they gonna bounce is my question. 3-4 scape shift. Okay. Get a bunch of bounce lands. So they have 2 in hand. Like I swear to God, if I lose because my opponent had like just the absolute fucking nuts, I'm gonna be very upset. But I'm gonna make them play through it. Ay. Yeah, if I had gone instead of, well, no, I needed to get the trample. So either way, it wouldn't have mattered. Yeah, I'm gonna die here. But I'm going to make my opponent play it out for sure. Oh, man, I hate Titan. I hate it so much. This deck is so fucking annoying. So now they get to transmute. Yeah. God damn. Aftermath Analyst. Oh, yeah, they've got... I keep forgetting that's a 2-drop. I always think it's a 3-drop. Well, I hope you guys are going to enjoy. I'll probably cut out like most of this, but like I am going to make them play it out for sure. My opponent has a billion triggers to resolve. All right, so our opponent is they just diddled and touched their lands over and over again until they made like 3 Titans, made lethal, were able to kill me, bounced my tokens. So it all worked out, but you know, if you're going to play a deck like Titan and you're going to take like the combo sort of thing, like you got to play it out and you got to play it fast. So that is definitely, you know, something that I am interested in making my opponent do. This isn't good. I don't really care about this. So permanents in graveyard. Oh, maybe that's actually decent. And then let's bring in like 2 of these. So what am I cutting from this? The Forge Anew is too slow. I feel like the steel cutters aren't great either. Like I think I just want to be like low to the ground aggressive. So what if we cut the steel cutters? What if we cut 1 Dragonfire Blade and 1 Bauble? Maybe I cut 2 Baubles and leave in the flares. So bring in all the flares and see what this does. I don't know if this is great. I do hope that I win my game. Maybe catch my opponent on time. So maybe I actually want to bring in 1 Pithing Needle and cut something. Cut like a Sentinel. No, I don't think it's ever right to cut the Sentinels. I don't think I want to cut another Bauble. Let's cut a Kassandra. So I want to bring in the Needle so that I can name like Aftermath Analyst. Because that's kind of their big like combo finish of like you saw there, they went and searched for specifically, what's his face? The Aftermath Analyst instead of going for Titan when they used their Summoner's Pact. So like stuff like that where I'm just like, you know, it's probably good to name the analyst just so that I can kind of like screw them over. And no, well, we're not going to get the welding jar in, but we are going to take the play. The hand it's a little slow. It's very slow. This hand is better for sure. So what if we put back one copy of this? Unfortunately, I do have to put this into play tapped, and then we're going to go Soulless Jailer on 2, and then hopefully find our land and get to turn 3 so I can Magus, because I don't know how they deal with a Magus. All right, so there's a land. So what if we go here, get a Jailer into play, shut them off of all of their technology, and then next turn just play a Magus and see what my opponent does about it. I have to imagine that they're going to turn this Mycosynth Gardens into an Amulet, but it's all going to depend on what their play is. Hopefully they show me like an Urza Saga. Oh, that would be so sweet. Just blow them absolutely out of the fucking house. The hand curved. This hand is curving really well. I wish I had like a 1-drop like Esper Sentinel or something like that. Just because that would be huge for the boys. So hopefully they don't just like win this turn, but if they do, I don't know. What was I supposed to do about it? So I am going to just invalidate, unless they can just like win here. I mean, I'm going to make them play it out, but we're definitely going to go Magus next turn. Hopefully they don't have the Grazer. Oh, they have the Grazer. So they're going to make 4 mana and probably bounce their Crumbling Vestige. Oh, a Woodlands. Okay. What are they doing with a woody boy? They're going to like Besage my Soulless Jailer. Now I am going to be locked under my own Blood Moon a little bit, which isn't great, but if they like Besage the Soulless Jailer, another Amulet. All right, these Amulets aren't going to do you a lot of good. When I have this Magus in play, I could not fetch for my copy of Basic Plains, but that's okay. I'll hopefully be able to just like draw good cards and go from there. But we are going to make this game go by as long as we can. I'd like to get something to put onto this. Well, that gives me a white eventually. Can't attack. I mean, you know, it's got reach. They don't have any pump spells. It doesn't matter. Yeah, you block. All right, I need to find like one more artifact, and then I can get this Stoneforge going, which will be pretty sick. So any 1, 0, any 2, anything, any artifact off the top. That's all we're hoping for, fellas. An 8 off the top is not great. I'm not gonna attack. So this is the strength of Blood Moon. Oh, I'm dead. I'm losing this game. Really? Vampire's Vengeance? Are you kidding? Dog, that is crazy. Well, now I'm probably going to lose. What do they have for 5 mana? Escape Shift? Yeah, I mean, I'm going to make them play it out. There's nothing I could draw, like, because I don't have a way to hard cast a Flare based off of the mana that I have. So opponent's probably going to go grab a Blood Moon. I guess I can turn off the auto yields. Because technically, like, I could have, you know, if they Besage you this, they're probably going to have to go get their Besage you, right? Get their Teleria, get their Besage you, go from there. But our opponent has 6.5 minutes left. Well, no, even if they Besage you the Soulless Jailer, I still can't get my, what's it called, into play. I still won't be able to hard cast a Flare. Yeah, buddy. All right, what is their last card? It's got to be a Teleria West. Like, there's no reason they wouldn't get a Teleria West, or it's the other guy. Yep, let's always yield to those. Man, this is fun. This is good quality gameplay. Titan, I think Titan is one of those decks that like you gotta ban something. You gotta ban the Amulet at this point. Like, it's just, if more people were playing Titan, like, Titan would far and away just be the absolute like crusher of a deck. Like, it would be Breach, and that is not exactly a healthy spot or a great spot where you want to be. Let's just let that happen. So yeah, so now they're gonna Besage you my Jailer. I don't think there's anything in the top of my deck that could help me here. The only thing I could have hoped for was to find like an artifact, play the Stoneforge Mystic, and then when I crack my thing, I just get to have the Flare up to be able to sacrifice. If the top card of my library is a Flare, well, I wouldn't have known that technically. Yeah. Oh, they're just gonna loop it with bounce lands. All right, that's all. That's not so bad. So they drew 2 cards. Hopefully they just run out of things. That would be sweet. But we are just gonna let them diddle their lands over and over again. They can Odawara. Oh, they can just like loop this Odawara as well with the Cultivator. But again, it's one of those things like you just got to make them play it out. What is the top card? Nope, that's a Stoneforge. Yep, you're good. All right, so I've got no other effects. I'm going to let you play your silly little loop. Dude, you ever just like find 2 sideboard pieces and it just never matters because Titan's just too fucking good at this goddamn game? Oh my God. That was great. That deck is just so annoying. They gotta do something about that deck, but you're not gonna see a Titan ban for at least until after this RCQ season, if not like if ever. For some reason, Wizards just doesn't want to acknowledge the fact that Titan is just an actual problem. They just want to sit back and just like diddle themselves. But this hand is not bad. Like this is a pretty good hand here. So we can go turn 1 Sigardas, turn 2 Steel Cutters plus Bauble. I can't put a hand like this back. That much I know. And let's see what my opponent is. This Yogg? Am I just running up against all of the like really annoying decks right now? Alternatively, I could do an Esper Sentinel. I mean, Sentinel's probably just better. Just because like Sentinel lets you... Oh, is this Jund? Am I playing against just like Boomer Jund? Thoughtseize? Yeah, well, I'm going to lose my Cori-Steel Cutter, which is like unfortunate. Maybe I'll find a hammer off the top. Yeah. Well, I do like slowing my opponent down for a turn at least. So we're going to get this Sigarda's Aid into play for sure. Well, that's just a hammer. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. I don't know, dude. Deal with this. Yes. And then we'll put this into play. All right. All right. Well, you ever just be lucky? You know, better be lucky than good. So they are a Saga deck. So I think I want those. I don't know if I want anything else, to be honest. I feel like I want to cut a Steel Cutter, a Bauble, and... maybe 1 Blade or 1 we'll cut a Kassandra. I don't want to like dilute or like, you know, kind of mess up the 3s in my hand. This hand's pretty good. If I can find a land, I am very happy with this hand. So I'm getting Thoughtseized for sure. Yep, opponent is Thoughtsneezing. I don't imagine that they take the Magus, but if they do, I am all good with that. All right, so yep, they're taking the Kassandra. They understand the strength that is Kassandra. Just put this Blade into play and we will upkeep. Check out what our opponent is doing. A Raucous Theater. All right, so this is like just Jund. It's probably just Jund Saga if I had to guess. A Boseiju. Are you going to Thoughtseize? Okay, so our opponent had 2 Thoughtseizes. They probably now take the Magus. Oh no, they're going to take the Hammer. All right. They just don't care about this Magus, I guess. All right, well, that's pretty good. What if we went red and 1? We'll use Stoneforge's ability. Let's grab the Cutters and hopefully draw our 3rd land to just put this Kassandra into play. Would be ideal, but our opponent is down to 14. Yeah, you got a Spear. What is my opponent doing is my question. I am super confusion. So now I think I want to get some Coris going and then we'll get some more of this going. Let's use the ability. Yeah. What could they have? So the Dragonfire Blade equips for 2, but I'd love to find my copy of one of my 4 copies of Puresteel Paladin. Yeah, I think our opponent is just like an Urza Saga deck. Yeah, sure. I don't care about my Stoneforge being gone. I'll still equip my Monk for 3 unless they just like Fatal Push it or something. So they can just get a Swamp, which like I'm not really interested in that. So we're going to get Kassandra going. A Sigarda's Aid doesn't really do it. Can't double spell. So we're going to go white, red, and 1. Here is a Kassandra. ETB, baby. Let's get the Spear. I can't equip it though. My opponent probably has a Boseiju. Maybe not. Yeah, so they're going to... what are they going to do? What are they going to get? They got to have Bolt. Or yeah, you got a Kassandra down. All right, so they're down to 6 life. And I am just living my life. All right, we got there. Their resources and their answers were not good enough for the speed of Hammer, which unfortunately does not have a lot of speed against Titan. Damn, we suck at die rolls, huh? This hand's not bad. I don't think I can put back a hand that has 3 Sentinels, but maybe that's just old-fashioned thinking. Oh, this is probably the mirror. Yeah, Soulscar Mage. Let's just get a couple copies of this guy into play. So the plan next turn is to go Steel Cutters and then hold up the following turn go like Sentinel. Yeah, I ain't blocking. All right, our opponent's down to 3 in hand. Dude, I'm Sentineled up. Red. So they've got 3 in hand. I need to start drawing some cards. I need to start playing stuff that gets me card draw. Yeah, buddy. Now, I'd love to find a Shadowspear. All right, so we're just going to yield to all of their... All right, what are you getting? What are you putting into exile? Because now I can go Cutters, Esper Sentinel, double trigger, and we'll see what my opponent does about all of that. Are they going to kill my thing? Nope, they're going to Bauble. Ooh, no, don't do it. All right, I'm looking at 3, 6, 9. So half my life total is just going to go away. I think I'm just in the blocking mood for sure. Can't be taking just damage for no reason, especially now since my opponent is just doing some absolute fuck shit. So they're gonna, oh man, they played so many cards and did so much on their turn, and they still have 4 cards in hand. What the fuck? It's tough. 1 and a red. Let's get some steel cutters going. Wait, let's make some dudes. Let's attach and attach. Now I am in the blocking business for sure. So like next turn, I'm going to be able to go like Sentinel, and then double trigger again if I want to, or I could make a construct. All right, well now I'm probably, I might not be dead. I think I can go wider than my opponent. I hope, I pray. Yep, flashback dart. So you're going to take out a blocker. I might just double block one of these and take some damage, but like that's got to attack. If I double, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't know. What if I just like double blocked your 3, 4? Took out one of your guys, and then they've probably got a bolt, which kills me. They saw a billion cards. Yeah. Yep. We are dead to the semi-mirror. So what do I want? I want the portable holes. This feels slow. This feels slow. The flares are probably pretty good. Welding jar, not so much. Pithing needle, no. Lantern, no. Yeah, let's do something like this. So we cut a Kassandra, we cut that, and I'd like to bring in here. I would also like to bring in, let's do like one here. Let's just do something like that again. So portable holes so I can deal with their own copies of Cutter or their other stuff. Yeah, unfortunately, like just my opponent just had fucking all gas in their hand, and I could not get there fast enough. It was looking good until it wasn't. All right, let's see if we can get there. In the second one, hand's pretty good. We're going to hold the Bauble or the Opal. We're going to get our own trigger. We're going to play our Saga first, and then we're going to go with the Cutters. Yep, you got that. And then I could also like portable hold that, but I don't know if that's right. If I find another 0 on the top, I might, but let's get the Vantage. Let's go red and 1. Play our own Cutter. Yep, use that ability and swing in for damage. Now, this is one of those spots where, like, I hope they block and use, like, mutagenic growth. Yeah, they're going to use mutagenic. That's fine. That's 2 less damage to my face. Double mutagenic growth. Oh, they surveil the mutagenic growth. That's fine. I am never going to complain if my opponent wants to just, like, waste a mutagenic growth on the first turn in combat. So they surveilled. They're going to put their land into the graveyard. I'm going to get this Urza's Saga going. And then we are going to take out... I probably am going to just portable hold this DRC unless like I see something really good on the top. That's not something really good on the top though. 1 and a white. Let us get our... I probably could get another Cutter. Maybe. No, another Cutter isn't as good. I think we want to go for... Is a hammer... Like I don't have it for hammer. So let's grab this. Let's tap for a white... Play this, and then we are going to hit the DRC. Get it out of here. I don't want you to have that surveil value. So now we are going to hold up our blade here just because I want to be able to trigger the Cutter again on my turn and hope it's enough. This Stoneforge Mystic is for sure on blocking duty. That much I know for a fact. Yes, they don't like their top card. That's what's up. I am going to feel a little silly if they dump a Cori into play, but I have to. Well, no, they would have done it in the other order. So I think I'm good with that. Let's see. Even if they mutagenic growth, they've already seen 2 of them. I'm not gonna fall for it. If they want to like double mutagenic growth or something, or mutagenic growth 1 time and do 5 damage, I don't know. That's on them. But it feels like that would be a mistake. As a individual of Magic playing variety, I would think that their best choice would be to not do that. All right, so Saga gets another counter. So that's really fun and interesting. Unfortunately, I can play a land, so I can still make a Saga token. What if I just like had all of the beans and tomatoes and gravy, and then we put this onto our monk that has the trample. Yeah, buddy. And then we shipped in for this much damage. So the only downside to this is like the mana base is definitely super painful. If I can live through this turn though, I can get a hammer, which is pretty good. My opponent has 4 lands. It seems like they have flooded. Let's see if we get a game 3. Yep. I am interested in blocking with a Stoneforge Mystic. Stoneforge is not doing anything. Yep, you got it, buddy. Yep, you got some cutters. All right, so they're just going to try and make blockers. That's cool. What if it never mattered? And I put a big old fucking hammer into play. Instead, we are going to try and do the thing. Make a big guy. Big dude. What do you have? So draw trigger. That's a Kassandra. So we're going to just float a mana. What if we grabbed a Shadowspear? And okay. All right. We are tied. All right. Game 3, baby. The Kassandra might not be as good. I think I want to bring in the welding jar. So I'm going to keep it like this. I'm going to have 1 Kassandra, 1 welding jar, with the thought of like the welding jar is basically just another copy of Bauble. Man, if I had one more, if I had another colored source in this hand would be absolutely fucking crazy. Now I have no mana. Now I have some mana. Let's put back 1 and 2. Wait, did I put a land back? No. So we're going to put back like this. And the plan is to just get our Sentinel into play, hopefully get a trigger, hopefully find some lands, and then be able to hold up this flare eventually. But if they like dart me and then pay, like I'm fine if they want to like dart me and pay. Okay, so that's a slick shot, huh? That's not good. No blocks. You're going to do the buffing thing. Nope, you're just going to chill. All right. Land. Land. No, not a land. Yay. Oh, it's looking bad. It is getting grim. Having a mulligan. Dude, I've had a mulligan just so much and it's really annoying. They're going to pay it. I don't think I can come back from this. I'm going to like, let's not yield through the turn. Yeah. It's just, I'm not even a bother. I can't win this game with not drawing a land here. Oh man, I thought I was going to be able to get there. Jesus Christ, I need to get some better luck. I am big unlucky boy here. If that first hand had a colored source in it, I would have absolutely just like rolled my opponent real fucking quick. Because that was just like hammer, protection, everything with the Sigardas. Like, oh, we were going to be doing so good. And then we were just absolutely fucking bodied. All right, we have lost the die roll like every game, I think, except for the first one. We've also lost every game except for one of them. So, you know, here we are down in the nice little 4-2 bracket again. The plan is to just try and get it done, get it going, maybe win. God, the deck keeps giving me these fucking hands of like, I don't know. I'm going to risk it on this one. Eldrazi, that's great. I'm going to risk it on the hope that I can just like find a colored land off of the strength of this Bauble. But I'm not optimistic about the Drazi matchup. On the bright side, these leagues are fucking quick, which helps. What did they exile? All right, I'm okay with like all of that being exiled. Land, no, of course not. Why would it be? Let's cast here. I'm gonna Bauble myself, even though we'll Bauble them. A Myco spawn, not good. Let's play the Dragonfire Blade and hope that we can find our lands. Our lands would be great, and that's not a land. Now, if there's a red land in the top of my deck, it's real good. Yeah, I can't stop this. I'm probably just gonna get absolutely fucking washed. Our Eldrazi Temple. Yep, so they're gonna be able to hit my land off of this Myco spawn. If I don't draw a land, okay, so that's a land. Does it make a difference? Probably not. What if we went and did one of these and played some Steely Boys and played one of these? So like there might be a reason to have held the thing in my hand. All right, so another Rumble. Maybe we'll just get like super excited about the Rumbles. But if I find another land, I can go like Sigardas. I can go Cutters, Sigardas, and have some triggers. So the Esper Sentinels probably come out of this deck immediately. Now I wonder what the hit is. I feel like they want to definitely hit my colored source. If I had to take a guess. Nope, they're going to take the Saga, which I am like, I don't love it, but I can't do anything about it. I can equip this Dragonfire Blade. What else can I do? I know my opponent has. That's gone. That's gone. I think I just know I know two of the cards. I know the Rumble and I know the Devourer. What do I have in the side for the Drazi matchup? Blood Moon, basically? Or Magus? A Stirrings? Oh no, I'm gonna fucking die. Oh my god. The 4, 5, 6. So they have to have a land, right? Why did I shock that? Oh, I guess I shocked it. You know, we're just gonna go Sigardas, trigger prowess. The question now becomes, do I want to move the cutters over? And I think the answer might surprise you. Not really. Because I don't want to make, I want to make a monk that can attack through this Myco spawn. So we are going to swing in for 5, gain some life, and then hopefully, you know, don't just fucking get run over by Eldrazi. Hopefully don't just get all of my lands eaten repeatedly, but the Eldrazi players do be loving to eat lands. They also can just hit my cutters. Well, I think I'm going to concede here. If I see them get an Emrakul, I'm going to concede. God damn. Yep. All right. So they're taking my lands. What did they search for? Oh, they didn't even search off of it. Okay. So now the question is, do I want to just like beef up my guy? Well, it doesn't matter, right? They're just going to get a World Breaker. Or no, they've got a World Breaker. Maybe it's just better to get the second round of steals into play and then just like chill for a minute. Oh, wait, hold up. Turn off auto yields. What if we put that on you and just made a big monkey boy a 5/5? Well, if I was able to like, you know, have lands, I would have been able to maybe do some crazy stuff, but we at least are going to like, we're not technically dead. I can put this Dragonfire Blade on the monk. I'd love to find a hammer. If I lose another land, I'm going to concede. All right, what do you have, opponent? What is it? I would like to concede this game. My opponent just had all of the fucking gas in the world. Is Flares any, like, I don't think I want any of my Sentinels. Like, I know I'm probably not supposed to cut a bunch of creatures, but like my Sentinels are just fucking dog shit. Pitting Needle, not really. Welding Jar, no. Soul Guide, no. Jailers, no. No. Maybe I want to bring in like some number of flares, cut a Kassandra, cut a Forge. Let's try something like that. I don't know if this is right. This doesn't feel like it's the correct decision. Here we are getting fucked over by the shuffler. You know, when Spike played this, it looks so, I can't keep it. I don't want to keep a hand like this, but like, I don't know, dude, what if I put this back and just made like a fucking army of constructs and just maybe didn't lose all of my lands by turn, you know, or start getting my lands eaten on turn 2. That would be sweet, wouldn't it? Or, crazy idea, I continue to draw lands. That would be good. That'd be good for me, right? That's how I want this game to play. Are you fucking, no way. Nah, you don't have force of vigor. I swear to God, if they have a force of vigor, I am just gonna lose my shit. Trinisphere, I don't care. I'm just gonna make a bunch of fucking constructs. Trigger, don't blow it up. All right. They're probably gonna like force of vigor the token that I make if I were to take a guess. All right, my opponent keeps like going to pay costs and then just doesn't. That's what's up. So what if I just continue to make an army of big guys, big dudes? Because I want to get full value from every one of these sagas. All right, what do you got for me, opponent? You gonna, yep, you can rumble. I wonder if they were just trying to like, yep, you got a survey a land. They have lightning bolts in their deck. That's crazy. What else? What do I want? I want to make a guy and then make another guy. And then maybe I don't make another guy. Maybe, oh wait, I can't play any of the cards. Search for a 1. What I'd like to get is this Mox Opal. Play my land. Urza's Saga. Now I don't have the mana, but I'm just going to like, I don't know, try and just push damage into my opponent's face. And just make so many fucking constructs. And hopefully not have to care about a Trinisphere. They don't have that in their hand. Like, I'm just never going to cast another spell for the rest of this game and just make a billion constructs. Seems pretty good. They've got what? Well, 1, 2, 3, 4. Are they going to hard cast Force? Yeah. That's an interesting decision. Unless they've got Bolt. Well, they can't Bolt. All right. Well, that's something. Yo, I love lands. Let's just keep shipping in. My opponent is 4 cards in hand. They just waited for Force of Vigor because they didn't want to pitch their cards. And then, like, I don't know, what if I just played another copy of Colossus Hammer? Or not another copy, but a copy. Yeah, you got an Ulapog. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I mean, if they don't kill my things, they're just dead. Hopefully they like tap out. I've got lands. I hope they don't play a creature. Well, no, if they play a creature, I'll put the hammer on the one that they're not blocking. Unless they make like a bunch of spawns. All right, well, I'm not gonna do anything during your turn. So you have fun, Eldrazi player. I hope that you are already having fun. There's probably a matchup, honestly, where like I need to board out the Steel Cutters. They're gonna eat a land. All right, what are you gonna get? Maybe they're gonna just a 3-mana sprawl. That's what's up. All right, well, they're dead. That's where we want to be, baby. All right. I don't know, dude. How do you deal with this? I'd like to put a fucking hammer on my construct. All right. Cutters. I mean, but the issue is there isn't like anything I want to bring in. Like portable hole doesn't hit anything. I guess like a pithing needle, and I'll cut like a steel cutter. I can like pithing needle naming something. Pithing needle a land, pithing needle Ugin. I haven't seen an Ugin, but like I can needle Ugin. I can needle the fucking what's his nuts. World Breaker. Hope it's good enough. Hope I get just like an absolute heater of a hand for once. Mulda 5 with 2 sagas, or Mulda 6, I think, with 2 sagas in hand. Not bad. Well, this is I'm gonna just name like Ugin's Labyrinth. I'm trying to think what other cards they've shown, but I just want to be able to get like turn 2 Blood Moon into play. So I might name Ugin's Labyrinth. It'll depend on what they do on their first turn. I'm going to keep my hand though. All right, that is that. So now I want to go 1 here. All right, is my opponent going to pithing needle? Naming Ugin's Labyrinth. So whatever they name or whatever they get off of the Labyrinth just sticks under it forever. And then hopefully they don't have Force of Vigor. That would be some absolute fuck shit. Yep, you gotta put something into exile forever. Are you gonna 3-ball me? Yeah, 3-ball. 3-ball is good. Now what's gonna happen is Magus. I can not pop that. All right, now I'm hoping to not just like die quickly. I'm hoping to beat my opponent down over time. All right, it looks like they might have needed those lands. That's what's up. What if we played this? Played our Bauble. You ever just 3-mana Bauble? Because I have. I'm going to Bauble them now. Hopefully it's not like an absolute banger. All right, that's not a banger. I do need to make sure that I'm keeping on my Metalcraft because I'm probably going to need it. But I'm putting my opponent on that 18-turn clock. A Spear of Leonidas is pretty good. All right, I would like to give my creature double strike. Let's just continue to make our land drops. I would like to put this on here. All right, we are going to... Honestly, like it's probably better to... loot, like discard 2, draw 1, but at the same time I like really want to just kill my opponent before they can do anything. And now that I've got 3 equipment, I can feel safe. Nice 3-ball on top. So I'd like to draw, get a Saga. All right, well, we did some shit here, huh? I don't know, dude. Here's a hammer. Here's a 14-14 double strike. All right. It was a rough start. You know, the deck did not play out exactly how I was hoping it would. I mean, it was good. It felt really good. I just got kind of fucked over by the mulligans more than anything. Like the mulligans really hurt me. Like you guys saw, like opening hands of just like nothing going on, or like no lands, or you know this, that, or the other. So it was a little unfortunate in that side of things. But I still think the deck is like it's good. It's a deck that I like. And you guys should give me a like here for playing all of these decks so you don't have to. But other than that, I mean, it's just it's a fun deck. It's a cool deck. I think it's got some potential. I think the sideboard might need a little bit of work, but I mean, the deck seemed cool. It's got a really cool kind of idea and concept to it. So, you know, it might be time to, you know, take a look at some of your old Stoneforge cards, your old Stoneblade Hammertime cards and see maybe if, you know, you want to take this one out for a spin at your F&M. But that is going to be all for me today. So, you know, let me know what you guys think about this video. Let me know what you guys think about the other videos and how things have been going. And outside of that, have a great day.